Dear students, let us study today's class with the example of journal entry. So here they are given the transactions. With the help of these transactions, you are going to prepare journal entry. Let us see the question here. Journalize the following transactions. The question is, they have told to journalize the following transactions. Whatever their transactions are to be given, with the help of these transactions, you are going to prepare journal entry. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಿತ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್, ಈ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದೋಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. Before preparing the journal entry, first we have to know the meaning, or we can say as rules of accounting. Already we have studied what are the rules of accounting in English system also and as American system also. But you have to remember the basic three rules, that is real account, personal account and nominal account. Personal account says debit the receiver, credit the giver, whereas real account says debit what comes in, credit what goes out, and nominal account says debit all expenses and losses, credit incomes or gains. So while keeping this into the mind, in your mind, if you knows the rules of accounting, then easily you can draw or we can prepare journal entries. Why? Because if you want to know debit what it says, credit what it says, then automatically it is easy to prepare journal entries. This is what you have to remember. Students, ನೀವು ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾತಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಎಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಜರ್ನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂರು ನಿಮಗೆ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ. ನಾವು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಅಮೇರಿಕನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ರೂಲ್ಸು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ ರೀ? ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷ್ನಲ್ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂರು ಥರ ಅದಾವ. ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್, ರಿಯಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ನಾಮಿನಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ಪರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ? ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ದ ರಿಸೀವರ್, ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ದ ಗಿವರ್. ರಿಯಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ? ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್, ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಔಟ್. ಅದೇ ಥರ ನಾಮಿನಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ? ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಲಾಸಸ್, ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗೇನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ನೀವು ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರೀಸನ್ನು ಬಿಡಿಸಿದರೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟನ್ನು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಈಗ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್ ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್. ದ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಇಯರ್ 2019. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಡೇಟ್ ಇದೆ 2019, ದೆನ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್, ದೆನ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ 2019, in the month of June, they have given the transactions related to June of 2019. Okay, so 2019ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜೂನ್ ತಿಂಗಳದ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ of rupees 2 lakh. First transaction, they have started the business by investing the capital amount of rupees 2 lakh. So here the transaction says business started with cash. When you are going to start the business, when you are going to invest the amount in your business, that invested amount is to be said as a capital amount. ನಾವು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ನೀವು ಬಂಡವಾಳ ಹೂಡಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಹಣವನ್ನು ಹೂಡಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ಹಣವನ್ನು ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ರೀ? ಬಂಡವಾಳ, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಆಫ್ rupees 2 lakh. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಓಪನ್ಡ್ ಅ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಿಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್. ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಓಪನ್ ಅ ನ್ಯೂ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಸಿಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ of rupees 80,000. Here two accounts that are, one is cash account, another one is bank account. Next, goods purchased on credit from Mr. Raj and company. Here you are going to purchase the goods, but you are going to purchasing the goods on cash credit basis. So here we can say purchase account and Mr. Raj and company account. Why you are taking this name? Because you are not paying any cash. You are going to purchase on a credit basis. So here we are going to consider only a person name or a company name. When you are going to purchase or sell the goods on credit basis, in that moment you should not consider as a cash. You have to consider a particular person name or a company name. Then purchased office furniture paid by check. Here you are going to purchase the asset that is furniture. When the asset name is mentioned, in that moment you should not write purchase. You have to write a asset name, that is furniture. Here furniture account, and you are going to pay the amount by check. When you are using the word check, you have to use or you have to write bank name. You have to use the word bank when the check is to be mentioned. ನೀವು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಬ್ದ ಬಂತು ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಬರಿಬಾರ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ಚೆಕ್ ಅಂತಲೂ ಬರಿಬಾರ್ದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ರೀ, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ಪೇಡ್ ರೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಚೆಕ್. ರೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪೇ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ರೀ, ರೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪೇ ಬೈ ಚೆಕ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, sale of goods on credit. Here also using credit, so you should use this name. Sale of goods on credit to Mr. Mohit. You are going to sell the goods to Mohit on credit basis. So here sales account and Mohit account. Next, cash sales. You are going to sell some goods by cash. So here cash account and sales account. Next, cash paid to Chandra. You are going to pay the cash to Chandra. So Chandra account and cash account. Next, received a check from Mohit. You are receiving the check. Cash is coming. By check means you should not use cash. You should use bank. So bank account and from Mohit account. Salary paid in cash. You are going to pay the salary. So here salary account and cash account. So these are the transactions. Let us generalize them. So first one, that is business started with cash of rupees 2 lakh. So here cash account and capital account. Here we can say as per the nominal account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Or if you, as a personal account, here we can say debit the receiver, credit the giver. So here first entry, that is on June 5. First we have already know the format of journal entry. So this is the format: date column, particulars column, LF, debtors, creditors. So DR, debtor, in bracket I wrote rupees, amount in rupees, debit column and credit column. First transaction, that is on the date of June 5. This is in the year 2019. First transaction, that is June 5. What is the transaction? Business started with cash of rupees 2 lakh. So here you have to use cash account debit, cash account debit to capital account. This is the transaction. First transaction, that is cash account debited to capital account. How much amount you are going to invest in the business? That is 2 lakh rupees. Here 2 lakh debit amount and 2 lakh in credit column. So this is what. Why you wrote like this? Because cash account debited, always you have to remember that debit is an expenses, credit is an income. Credit means you are getting income source. So here you are going to invest the cash into the business, means you are considering it as a capital. So you are shown in the credit side. So after writing the transaction, you have to write narration. Narration is nothing but explanation of a particular transaction. So narration should always starts with being. Being business started by cash. This is what the first transaction. After completion of this transaction or after writing the narration, you have to close this transaction. Only you have to put the line here in particular column. You have to, after completion of each transaction, you have to close this transaction. Okay. Next transaction, that is open a bank account with Syndicate Bank. You are going to open the bank account. So when you are going to open the bank account, here we can say debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So here when you are going to open the bank account on the date 8 June 8. So here bank account debit to cash account. This is second transaction. Open the bank account with Syndicate Bank, that is bank account debited to cash account. How much amount you are going to open the account? That is 80,000. 80,000 as debit, 80,000 credit. After writing this transaction, you have to write the narration. Being opened bank account. Opened bank account with Syndicate Bank. This is what the transaction. And you have to remember that narration should be compulsory written and narration should be start with the being, and also you have to put the bracket. Okay, so after completion this transaction, you have to put the, or you have to close the transaction. Only you have to draw the line in particulars column. Next, goods purchased on credit. Goods purchased on credit from Mr. Raj and Company. So here you are going to purchase the goods on credit basis. When you are going to purchase the goods on credit, you have to use here Mr. Raj and Company. So here you are going to purchase the goods. We don't know the name of the asset here. Just they have used goods. So you have to write here purchased. So purchase account debit, second transaction, third transaction on the date 12 June 12. So here purchase account debit, purchase account debit. Here you can use the rule of nominal account. Why? Because nominal account says that debit expenses or losses and credit incomes and gains. Purchase is an expenses. So expenses is debited as per the rule of nominal account. Remember that as per the rule of nominal account, debit expenses or losses and credit incomes and gains. So here purchase is an expense. Why? Because when you are going to purchase a goods, we have to pay the cash. That is the one of the expenses. So purchases is an expenses which is debited as per the rule of nominal account. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟನ್ನು ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದು. ಯಾಕೆ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುನ ನಾವು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ನೀವು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇರೋದು ಖರ್ಚು ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾಮಿನಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ರೂಲ್, ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಲಾಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಜ್. ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ರೀ, ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಗೇನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಚೇಜಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡೆಬಿಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಅಥವಾ ಕಂಪನಿ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಆನ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟೆಡ್ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. Purchase account debit to Mr. Raj account. How much amount is there? 30,000. So 30,000 debit side and 30,000 credit side. Okay, so after completion of this you have to write the narration starting with being goods purchased on credit. Okay, being goods purchased on credit. This is third transaction. Next, fourth transaction, it is also on same date, June 12. Purchased office furniture and paid by check. You are going to purchase the furniture asset. They have mentioned the name of the asset here. You should not use the purchase word. Here we used purchased. Why? Because they have not mentioned any specific word of an asset. So here they have mentioned the word of asset. Furniture is an asset. So you have to use furniture account, office furniture account, and you are going to pay the amount by check. So if there is having the word check, then you have to use bank. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಫರ್ನಿಚರನ್ನು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಯಾಕಂತಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಸೆಟ್ ನೇಮನ್ನು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾವು ಅವಾಗ ಅಸೆಟ್ ನೇಮನ್ನೇ ತೊಗೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ರೀ, ಅಸೆಟ್ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ಅದ. ಸೊ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಂತಲೇ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಚೆಕ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಬ್ದ ಬಂತು ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅಕೌಂಟನ್ನು ತೊಗೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರೀಬೋದ್ರೆ ನಾವೀಗಲೇ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ ಡೇಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಡೇಟ್ June 12. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ to they have used their check, so you have to write to bank account. ಆಫೀಸ್ ಫರ್ನಿಚರನ್ನು ನೀವು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಡೆಬಿಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ದ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್. ಪರ್ಚೇಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡೆಬಿಟೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಪರ್ ದ ನಾಮಿನಲ್ ರೂಲ್. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ನೀವು? 20,000. ಸೊ 20,000 ಡೆಬಿಟ್ and 20,000 credit. Okay, so after writing this you have to write the narration starting with the word being purchased office furniture by check. This is what the transaction. Okay, so fourth transaction is completed. Next transaction, that is fifth transaction, paid rent by check of rupees 5,000. You are going to pay the rent by check. So here you are going to paying the check means it is also expenses. So expenses are debited as per the nominal rule. So rent account debited to, here they have used check. So what you have to use? Bank account. So next transaction, that is on June 18, expenses. So rent account debit to, how we are going to pay the rent? By check. So there is check is there means you have to write here bank, to bank account. Rent, you are paying the rent means it is a expenses. Rent account debited to bank account. Narration being rent paid by check. This is the completion of the transaction. So just close the transaction. This is fifth transaction. Next, sixth transaction. So here sixth transaction I will write here. This is the continuation of this journal entry. date column, particulars, LF, debit and credit. Okay. So, students, you have to remember one thing, that if when you are writing the journal entry, if the page is completed, then you have to continue it in the next page. So, while continuing the next page, you should not close here. This is the continuity. So, you should stop here only, then you should write in the next page. While writing in the next page, we can say that this transaction, continuity of this journal entry is to be carry forward to the next page. Here we can use the word carry forward or carried on. Here we can use the word brought down. From previous page you are going to brought it. From this page you are going to carry forward it. Okay. So, while writing the journal entries, if the page is completed, you have to continue in the next page, but you should not draw here line. Okay. So, next here, sixth transaction, that is after paying the rent, sale of goods on credit to Mr. Mohit. Sale, you are going to sell the goods. If you are going to purchase in the goods, purchasing is an expense. If you are selling the goods, selling is income. So, income is credited. Opposite of purchase. Purchase is expenses, selling is income. So, here sale of goods on credit to Mr. Mohit. You are going to sell the goods on credit basis. So, here sales account and Mohit account. Why are you going to take Mohit? Because this transaction is on credit basis, not on the cash. So, when there is a credit basis, then you have to use the name of the person or a company. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಗೂಡ್ಸನ್ನು ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಗೂಡ್ಸನ್ನು ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದು ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಶಬ್ದ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಹೆಸರು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋಹಿತ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ sales is an income. Income means it is a credited. So what will be debit? Mr. Mohit account will be debit. So here write the transaction on the date of 20. So June 20. So here on June 20, Mr. Mohit account debit to sales account. You are going to sell the goods. So sales are income. So it should be shown in the credit side. Total amount of rupees sales, that is 10,000. Sorry, here rent account debited to bank account. You are going to pay the rent of rupees 5,000. So write here 5,000 rupees. Here also 5,000 rupees. Okay. So next, that is Mohit. You are going to sell the goods further to the Mohit of rupees 10,000. 10,000. 10,000. Okay. So here sales is the income which is shown in the credit side. Narration: being goods sold to Mohit on credit. Okay, then close the entry. Next, cash sales. Sales is an income. Income means it should be credited. So here next transaction, that is 22. On 22, cash sales. You are selling something on cash basis. So here one is cash account and the one is sales account. So sales is always credited. So cash will be debit. Cash account debit to sales account. So how much you are going to sell? 15,000. So 15,000 on debit side and 15,000 on credit side. Okay. So here cash account is debited to sales account. So narration: being sold or cash sales. Cash sales. Close the account. Next, cash paid to Chandra. You are going to pay the cash to the Chandra on 25. How much amount you are going to pay? That is cash paid to Chandra 30,000. So here you are going to paying the cash. So who is receiving? Chandra is receiving. So on June 25, Chandra on June 25, sorry, CNDRA, Chandra account debit to cash account. So cash paid to Chandra. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Okay. So as per the rule, debit is coming, cash is going out. Credit what goes out, cash is going out, that we can say as a credit. So how much? 30,000. So here 30,000 debit and 30,000 credit. You should write in the debit call line and in a credit line. So narration, that is being cash paid to Chandra. Okay. Next, received a check from Mr. Mohit. You are going to receive the check. Check means that is a bank account. From whom you are going to receiving? Mr. Mohit. So you are going to receive the check that we can call as a bank account from Mr. Mohit. So another one, that is Mohit account. Here on June 28, bank account debit, to Mr. Mohit account. So how much amount you are going to receiving? 10,000. 10,000 debit, 10,000 credit. So being narration, being check received, from Mr. Mohit. Okay. Next, last transaction, salary paid in cash, June 30th. So on June 30th, last transaction in the month of that June 30, salary paid in cash. Salary paid means it is an expenses. So here expenses are debited. Salary account debit to, you are going to pay the salary by check, by cash. So here to cash account. How much you are going to give salary? 6,000. So 6,000 debit, 6,000 credit. Okay. Narration, salary paid means it is an expenses. Expenses are debited as per the nominal account. Okay. So salary account debited to cash account. Being salary paid. Okay. So this is what the transactions you are completed. So now close the transaction. After completion of all the transactions, you have to write the total amount of debit amount and credit amount. So you have to close the line here, that is last line. 2 lines are to be drawn here. End of the journal entry. In particulars, write here total and add the total amount of debit side, 2,80,000, 30,000, 20,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 30,000, 10,000 and 6,000. So total amount of this transactions in the month of June, that is 4,06,000. So total amount 4,06,000. So total amount of the journal entry, that is 4,06,000, total of debit and total of credit. So this is what the journal entry today we have studied. So students, you have to remember that while preparing or while solving or generalizing the transactions, first we have to remember the 3 rules, that is personal account, real account and nominal account. In starting of journal entries, we have told or we have studied the rules of accounting. So what it says, personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver, and real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Nominal account, debit expenses or losses, credit incomes and gains. Okay. While keeping this in the mind, you can easily journalize the transactions. Students, ನೀವು ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾತಂದರೆ ಏನು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ರೀ, ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗನ್ನು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಆ 3 ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ರೀ, ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಬರೀಬಹುದು. ಯಾವುದೇ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ, ಅದು ಯಾವ ಬೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನೀವು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ರೀ, ಅದನ್ನು ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ, ಆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ರೀ, ಅದು ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಯಾವುದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಯಾವುದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನೀವು ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So we have to focus towards the rules of the accounting, and also you should study fundamentals of accounting. 2 fundamentals are there. For the changes in the capital that we have studied, 5 items are there: assets, liabilities, capital, income or revenue and expenses. So these 5 as per the rules of debit and credit already we have studied it. So you have to remember that also. And 3 rules that are the basic rules of accounting, that also you have to remember, which helps to journalize the transactions. Students, by watching this video, after watching this video once, then afterwards you must write this problem in your notebook. Just write down the question. After watching this video, just write down the question and solve this in your own. Don't see the answer. After writing in your own answer, then you have to compare with this answer. Then easily you can identify where you are going to do the mistakes, where you are going to doing mistakes, that you can easily identify. ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೋಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನನ್ನು ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಫುಲ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ, ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನನ್ನು ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಿಮ್ಮೇ ಸ್ವಂತ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಜರ್ನಲೈಸನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಜರ್ನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿನ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸನ್ನು ರೂಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಬರೆದಂಥ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಅಥವಾ ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ನೀವು ಬರೆದಂಥ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಯುರೇಟಾಗಿ ಇದೆಯೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನೆನಪಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ ಮತ್ತು ನೀವು ಬರೆದಂಥ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಏನು ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಏನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಕ್ಲಾರಿಫೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನೀವು ಕ್ವಶನನ್ನು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವೇ ಸ್ವಂತ ಆನ್ಸರನ್ನು ಬಿಡಿಸ್ರಿ. ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ನೀವು ಈ ಆನ್ಸರನ್ನು ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಮು ಕೂಡ ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಎಲಿಜಿಬಲ್ ಆಗ್ತೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬೈ ಯುವರ್ ಓನ್, then easily you can identify the mistakes what you are doing. Then also you will come to know that how much you understand the journal entries. In next class we are going to move with the next problem of journal entry. Okay, thank you.